Hello students. In this class we will discuss about the features of object-oriented programming structure. The features of object-oriented programming structure. In the second semester we have studied about the different features of OOP, and in Java also it is similar. In Java the difference is that Java is a purely object-oriented programming language. It means that we cannot write programs without using class in Java. But in C++ we can use two methods. Either we can use a class-based program or we can use a simple procedural method program. Java is purely object-oriented, and so for writing any program in Java, we need a class definition or class declaration. The different features of object-oriented programming are encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, and dynamic binding. Everything is obtained or everything is supported by the usage of object and class concepts. As we know, an object is an instance of class, and a class is a basic structure on which the objects are made. As I take an example of a class, as usual in class, in my classes, I am taking the example of a plan. The plan of a house can be termed as a class, and the houses created are objects. Each house will be of the same plan or same structure, but the properties of each house differs. That is, the properties of each object can be different. So that is a simple example of the object class concept. The first property I am discussing is data abstraction. Data abstraction means showing only the relevant details of a class to the user. Showing only the relevant details of a class to the user. As we studied in C++, it is implemented using the access specifiers private, public, and protected. In Java, the default access method is default access, or we can say that it is friendly access. Default access or friendly access. It is nothing but the variables or the methods or the classes defined without using an access specifier is a default access. It means it is accessible inside a package. So the question comes, what is a package? A package is a collection of public classes stored in a particular directory. A package is a collection of public classes or public class programs stored in a particular folder or directory. So the default access means the class or the methods or the variables which are defined without using any access specifier keywords will be accessible inside the package. Okay. The other specifiers are private, public, and protected. It is same as of C++. The private variables are accessible only inside the opening closing brackets of the class. It is not accessible outside the class. Clear. The public variables or the public methods. Methods means functions. Functions are named as or called as methods in Java. So the variables methods which are defined using public keyword are outside the class accessible outside the class. The third type is the keyword protected. This means that the variables or the methods which are defined using protected keyword is accessible inside the derived classes also. In the derived classes also. We all are familiar with the derivation of one class to another class. It means that one class can be derived from the other class, and so the first class becomes the base class or the parent class, and the class which is inherited becomes the derived class. Clear. So the variables or methods which are defined as protected will be accessible in the derived classes. So this accessibility is controlled by these three access specifier keywords, and these keywords helps us to implement data abstraction. Also, if a function is defined or a method is defined, that method can show or use only the useful variables from the class. So when the user uses this method, the other variables are hidden or not shown to the user. And so from these point of views, we can explain the concept data abstraction. Okay. The second point is data encapsulation. Data encapsulation deals with the usage of data and functions together, or the function uses the data of the class, and so they are formed like a capsule. Means the data can be freely used by the functions. This is data encapsulation. Also, encapsulation is also somewhat similar to data hiding also. As I told earlier, the data hiding means which are the variables which are uh, defined private, or the variables which are not used by a method. So the relevant things are shown to the user called data abstraction, and the unnecessary things are hidden from the user called data hiding, and the relevant details are wrapped up with methods for the usage of the user called data encapsulation. Clear. The next property of OOPS is inheritance. Inheritance is deriving a class from another class. It is a part of data reusability or code reusability. Means once the data is defined in base class, it is inherited towards the derived classes. The code reusability means the code defined in base class is accessible in the derived classes also. So that is data inheriting from base class to derived class. Clear. So the next portion is polymorphism. Polymorphism is a term which is used for indicating a feature of different behavior of a operator or a method at different situations. Situation I mean a different set of operands, the method or the operator behaves differently. As an example, in Java, we have an operator called plus operator, and this plus operator can accept two strings as operands, or it can accept two integers as operands or two float numbers as operands. If the operands are of numerical types, then the answer will be the added answer or the sum. We will get the sum. If the operands are strings, the output is concatenation of the two strings, that is joining of the two strings. So the same operator plus behaves differently at different situations or different set of operands. In C++, we have studied about this same concept. While using a plus operator along with the objects, what happens is that the first method is calling the method named plus with argument as the second object. For example, S1 plus S2 means if S1 and S2 are two objects, S1 is calling a method or function plus with argument S2. If the operands are 5 plus 3 or numbers, we'll be getting the sum of the operands. So this behavior of an operand or a method, depending on the operands, which is different at different situations, is termed as polymorphism, taking different forms. Okay. So in this short video, I told you about data abstraction, data encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. Thank you.